What's up, BHS?
With the start of the school year comes tons of new events inside and outside of school.
We have new seniors, new staff members, and new sports teams for the fall.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Angelo, and this is WampTV.
Basketball might be known as a winter sport, but this fall has a unique basketball team practicing. Unified basketball.
With the fall sports season well underway, the creation of the new unified basketball team excites many. The team allows new players to learn the fundamentals of the sport, as well as creating strong teamwork skills during practices and games against other schools. While their main focus is on the fundamentals, Cam Crook believed this should be their focus during the games.
I think we need to work on playing as a team. A lot of them like to go out there and just dribble on their own and get their own shots, but the more we pass, the better they'll be.
The team's chemistry will only continue to get better during the season, but Cam Crook thought that this would be the key to their success as a team.
To work together as a team and have fun out there, I'd say.
While working as a team is important, certain players tend to be the direct cause of a team's victory. When asked about the star players on the squad, Caitlin Chang had this to say.
Honestly, all of them have improved so much from the first practice we had, and I think that's the most important part, and I see them gaining confidence in their new skills every day, so I think they all stand out in that way.
The star players on the squad may vary day to day, but even stars have to focus on their game from time to time. This was further reinforced by Caitlin Chang, who believed,
So right now, since everyone is pretty new to basketball, it's really just getting the basic skills down, knowing the rules, and setting up the court, just making sure everyone knows their position and what to do just on the court in general.
The new unified basketball team has had its first victory against Newton North on September 24th, and looks to get another win against Weymouth this Thursday, October 3rd. The team's focus and dedication to the game makes them stand out compared to other teams, and their work will be emphasized by how they improve over the season, helping players reach new heights on and off the court. Reporting for WampTV, this is Liam Fuller.
Back to school means coming back to a lot of familiar faces, but someone new makes their Braintree High School debut in the guidance office.
My name is Melinda McCartney. I am a first-year guidance counselor here at Braintree High School. I'm from Pembroke, Massachusetts, on the South Shore, right near here, and my whole family is kind of from the South Shore area. And my grandma actually went to school at Braintree. She graduated in the class of 1959. So she's 82 years old now, and she was super excited when I was applying to this job and I got it. I applied to a lot of jobs, so it's kind of like a crazy market. Everyone wants someone with, a lot of experience. And so it's hard because you have to convince someone that you know enough and that you're going to be good at your job without having actual experience before. And so I think I had a few interviews. I had some interviews with the whole guidance team. So I walked into a big table with all of them and it was really scary. But they're great now, and they're amazing.
Graduating from Pembroke High School, Miss McCartney went on to study at the University of Tulane, majoring in neuroscience and psychology.
And so I really fell in love with the education system in New Orleans, and I wanted to help kids, but I found that a lot of times it wasn't what was happening in the classroom, it was what was happening outside of the classroom that was affecting their learning. And so how are you going to teach someone math when they didn't get a good night's sleep or their stomach isn't full? And so I kind of saw that in order to teach them and to learn, you had to first cover the basics. And I think that's kind of what a school counselor does, is make sure that you're good and mentally, physically, emotionally, everything before you can learn and be an advocate for you.
After an internship at Newton South, she gained some hands-on experience working alongside mentors, students, and other guidance counselors. With this, she was prepared to start applying to new jobs and used her knowledge to influence her values and meanings as a guidance counselor.
My role as a guidance counselor is kind of all-encompassing. It's whatever my students need individually. So I think my goals for my students would be whatever their goals are for themselves and whatever their family's goals are. If that's to go to MIT, then I'm right there with you and I'll do my best and help support you every step of the way. If that's to become an electrician or go into the military, I'm right there with you and I will do my best to collect all the resources that I need to get that goal done.
Over the summer, the guidance department was faced with the challenge of finding a new candidate to fill the role of Miss Gray. With several people applying for the job, Miss McCartney earned the opportunity to work her first official year as a guidance counselor.
Just so relieved to land a job and to kind of get my foot in the door somewhere, and I'm really happy that Braintree took a shot with me.
Reporting for WampTV, this is Mia Fernandez and Layla Mineta.
I hope they do well this year.
Sure they will. Also coming with the new school year comes the class of 2025. And there's special senior privileges that come with being the veterans of the school. However, many of them don't start until semester 2. Sadie, however, has some commentary on why this shouldn't be the case.
Mornings in my house are extremely hectic, with not only getting myself ready, but having the responsibility of being the oldest out of 4. Like everybody else at BHS, my school days are extremely busy. I know that I am not the only senior at BHS who has responsibilities at home. I have to get ready, help my mom with my siblings, take care of my dogs, and that's just the half of it before I have to walk into the halls of BHS. Mostly every senior at BHS has a before or after school commitment. With seniors entering their most anticipated school year of their high school careers, they are ready to demonstrate the maturity that they've developed over their 12 years of schooling, which is why I believe that letting seniors have their privileges earlier will help tons of students succeed. As a senior privilege, seniors are allowed to come in at 8:30 if they have a study first and leave at 1:10 if they have a study last. Starting privileges after February break does not give students enough time to take advantage of these privileges. At the beginning of senior year, seniors stress a lot about college applications. By allowing them to have their senior privileges earlier in the year, it allows seniors to be able to utilize the time and tools that they would receive throughout the whole year instead of just 2 months. Many students look at study halls as a waste of time, especially if they have it first or last period. For them, they could be doing so much more for their outside of school responsibilities. Assistant principals at BHS evaluate the behavior and grades of seniors at their first semester of their senior year. BHS should change this evaluation to the end of the first term of their senior year. Depending on whether or not you earn your senior privilege, you would be able to earn it after term 2. Being the oldest class in school, seniors are expected to set a good example for underclassmen. Allowing seniors to receive their privileges earlier shows underclassmen that when their senior year comes around, they're able to receive the same privileges if they maintain good behavior. It encourages students to stay on track academically and behaviorally. Giving seniors their privileges earlier rewards them in their hard work, and it helps them manage school and life easier. It also eases them into the college admission process and shows future seniors that more responsibility means more freedom, benefiting BHS as a whole.
Might be a little biased, but I have to agree.
Yeah, I don't know about that. A few weeks back, the Braintree Historical Society hosted their annual Heritage Day, celebrating Braintree's rich past.
On the 22nd of November, the Braintree Historical Society held their annual event at the Thayer House celebrating Heritage Day.
The Braintree Historical Society is basically kind of like an archive of all of Braintree's history. It's a group of people who come together to try and preserve it and raise money so that it stays preserved.
Most towns in the United States have a historical society, and they seek to keep the spirit and the culture of the town alive.
We all kind of just get together to help preserve Braintree history.
With a plethora of different activities, like tours and reenactments, the event was a huge success.
During the event, we had a bunch of historical presentations. We had butter churning, we had the Wedges of Time, which is a husband and wife duo come and present how they would make apple juice. We had a bunch of historical reenactors come and talk, and we also had a talk by John Adams.
We had arts and crafts, we had games and prizes.
Or I could put down 6. The object of the game is to be the last person to put a tile down.
We had the hoop and stick game, we had tours, and we also had just little gift shops so people can get souvenirs.
Stay with me. This was the last addition to the house. It served a number of purposes, one of which we've set up as a cobbler shop, because back in the 1700s, the home was also the factory. Because in addition to a place to live, it was a farmhouse. You had to make your own clothing, so they had a way of turning the bushes into threads to make bolts, to make clothing.
However, Heritage Day events were not always this successful. Last year, the Society held a similar event at the Thayer House, but it had a much smaller turnout.
It was hard to get people to actually want to come because of the fact that we're not very known. It was it's Heritage Day, it's for, Braintree Historical Society, and everyone was like, what is that? What is Braintree Historical Society? Not a lot of people know.
But because of Victoria and Lily's hard work, this year was different.
What I do a lot is outreach. So I try to make people who are around me and people in the school specifically aware of what we do to try and help preserve us.
We had more people this year than last year, and I really think that me and Victoria kind of helped getting people involved. So we were pretty proud of what we accomplished.
Not only does the Historical Society mean a lot for Braintree history,
if it weren't for the Historical Society, we wouldn't have, all these historical homes, because without us, there's no one there to fill our shoes. So it's very important that we help to preserve the committee, to help preserve our own history.
But it also means a lot for the community too.
As we wear their clothing and read their letters, it's not only educating ourselves in it, but it's a fun way to educate other people.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't enjoy it. We all enjoy it. That's why I'm here.
Reporting for WampTV, this is Yo-Yo Zoe and Antoine Powell.
And heavily. Wonderful.
And now that we've seen the past, we can look into the future, especially of the rise of this year's volleyball team.
The girls' volleyball team is off to a great start this year, but their improvement hasn't come without hard work.
I think last year, during the off-season, we didn't really do much to get better, and then this off-season, we all went to Slide Edge, and we all went to open gyms for the whole entire spring, and I think that made us all better.
I think it's definitely the mindset part of things. Our record hasn't been the best, so sometimes when we play other teams, you kind of go into it a little bit scared, oh, they're so good, and kind of look down upon ourselves. But this year, we completely changed our mindset, and I think that really helped.
Both players and coaches have been credited for the team's recent success.
I think both of our captains are just awesome people. Chloe's great, Frankie's great. Chloe has the assists for the school record, and Frankie is just a great hitter. And they're both great captains. They know what they're talking about. They've been playing this game for a while, so.
I feel during practices we don't complain and we just kind of do everything our coach tells us to. So he puts a lot of thought into all these practices.
The team's success hasn't only been because of a few individuals, but a combination of leadership and teamwork.
I love all my teammates, and I feel we have really good team bonding and chemistry. We all love each other.
It's been great. I think the chemistry with our teammates is great. I think our chemistry with our coach is great. The girls are awesome. They're great players, and I just love our team.
The team's goals won't just stop here, and they have high hopes for the rest of the season.
I hope we make it to tournament this year because we haven't been in about 10 years, so yeah.
Definitely a home playoff game. Top 16 would be so fun. That is the dream, though.
Reporting for WampTV, this is Darren Mooney.
That's all for this month's episode of WampTV, but the content doesn't end here. If you want to see more content, visit our website at BraintreeHighStudentPress.com and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at WampTV.
Thanks for watching, and tune in next week on
WampTV.